Start. Sir, I am grateful to the leader of the House for giving me an opportunity to raise the voice of education during this discussion that is taking place on the appropriation bill. Stop. Not many points have been made regarding the Ministry of Education, and I shall try to deal with such of those as have been made. Stop. As a matter of fact, it my friend had not spoken, there would have been very little left for me to speak as far as the reply to criticism of the ministry is concerned. Stop. Before I go on to the subject, the marathon attack by my friend as made on the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research and by implications possibly on the Vice President of the Council, I would like to deal with some of the other criticisms which have been made about the question of growing deterioration in the quality of education and about the problem of education. Stop. Also added to the problem is unemployment and the point that was made that adult literacy has not been attended to with the attention that it deserves. Stop. These are the general points that were made yesterday. Stop. On the first subject regarding the question of deterioration in education, quite honestly, I am prepared to accept a blanket charge that there is a deterioration in the quality of education. Stop. What I would concede is that there has been a very fast increase in enrollment at all stages of education, and the extent to which we have been able to balance the increase in enrollment with the required increase in equipment, buildings, accommodation, laboratories, and the needed experienced teaching personnel has not been adequate. Stop. But that I am afraid is one of the inevitable penalties of rapid growth. Stop era. Sir, I would like to point out that it will be very unfair on my part of this house on the basis of any personal impression that individual members watch may have gathered to condemn the whole system of education and to say that all the 60 or 65 million young boys and girls who are studying in our schools are getting inferior education and that our 20 to 22 lakhs of boys and girls who are studying in our colleges are getting deteriorated education. I think this kind of a thing only lowers their morale. Stop. I can understand if we can do something as far example this house is able to persuade the deputy minister and the finance minister and other authorities concerned to place at the disposal of the education ministry not only in the center but also in the states something like 300 or 400 crores of rupees more, then we will be able to do something in the matter. Stop. But when we know that such a thing is not possible for us, then to keep on saying, as many of us have been saying, I know with very good intentions, and still we have to keep on saying that education is deteriorating, that education is going down. Stop. Para. Sir, I humbly suggest that we are adding to the demoralization of our student community, making them feel that what they are getting in their schools and colleges is not worthwhile, and therefore adding to their sense of frustration and possibly adding also to the necessary dissatisfaction in this country. Stop. I therefore suggest that we should not have a blanket criticism of the fall that has been taken place in the standard of our education. Stop. We are aware that the standards have not been what you would like them to be. Stop. We are not satisfied with the standards that exist except in a few exceptional places, and we are very anxious to see that the standards are rising. Stop. But this is a matter which will take them, and particularly as I said, that is an incident of very rapid growth we have been having in our educational enrollment in the last 20 years of independence. Stop era. Then, sir, there is the question of how far education contributes to unemployment. Stop. I must say straight away, especially if I may, for a moment, as an economist, that education by itself does not contribute to unemployment. Stop. Employment is generated by economic development, by investment, by the pattern of investment, by the nature of investment by which the investment is undertaken, the purchasing power available in the hands of the people, etc. Stop. Education by itself does not lead to unemployment. Stop. What happens is that those who are educated also share in the lack of employment opportunities, which are primarily the result of the lack of accelerated economic growth in the country. Stop. The educationally unemployed are much more vocal and also are more frustrated than those who are uneducated, because the educated people have made an investment of lot of their time and money in bettering their equipment and skills, and naturally they feel so upset if they are not able to get jobs. Stop. There is no doubt about it. Stop. That is a very seldom problem of educated unemployment, and the government is seized of the problem. Stop. But I do not say that we have not got a rough and ready solution for that problem. Stop. I think in due course we will be able to do something about this problem and try to reduce, if not eliminate altogether, this burden of educated unemployment. Stop. But one point I will concede. Stop. As a matter of fact, that has been a scheme which has been in existence for a very long time, and it has been put into effect that they are placing something like 1100 engineers and diploma holders for apprenticeship possibly last year, and the same scheme is also being conducted this year. Stop. But again, I have another problem. Stopera. After the apprentices are placed in some work for a year and they are released from the apprenticeship, there is not guarantee that they will get employment after they finish their period of apprenticeship. Stop. Some of them expect that they will get employment in the same place, which is not possible. Stop.